Dan Rowe likes to do it all. Clothing lines, animation videos, jingles, you got it. Also retail spaces, soft goods, videos, 3D printing, mold making, teaching. He will take any of it on, and if it looks like it will be fun, and especially if nobody will get hurt. Dan is also co-founder with his wife Shannon of Commonwealth Press, the only union screen printing design shop in Pennsylvania. Interestingly, they have operated for 23 years on word of mouth alone. Although, I think that reputation might be a better word. Now, be it on land or water, some of his clients include the Avett Brothers, Kurt Vonnegut, Willie Nelson, Andy Warhol Museum, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Lamb of God, the US Air Force, Heinz, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the list goes on, including Leona's ice cream sandwiches.
My name is Dan Rugh, and I am the Goodwill Ambassador of your host city of Pittsburgh. It's a self-appointed position, but I'm still very honored to have it. It means a lot to me. And I'm not joking. Like, if you need anything while you're here, reach out to me. Dan@cwpress.com. I'll take care of you. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time. Never mind. So this is Pittsburgh. Or at least, I'm gonna try to talk about branding as a place or a location. I don't know if that's what's gonna come out, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. But this is Pittsburgh. At least that's what most people think of when they think of Pittsburgh. For better or worse, Pittsburgh's a hardworking, blue-collar, labor union, comeback story, working-class town. It's got so many other things going on but that's pretty much our brand. And growing up, especially in all of Western Pennsylvania, you turn on the TV, it's liquid metal splashing everywhere, and steel workers drinking Iron City, watching the Steelers. It's a blue-collar town. Hell, even Jennifer Beal from Flashdance was a welder. If you've never seen Flashdance, you should. It's like Godfather, Flashdance. And this grit, it's in our DNA. Like, when we were little, we all grew up thinking we were this guy. So in 2002, my wife and I started our own business. And that blue-collar ethic and feel is what we wanted to bring to it. Now, we didn't have a business plan, just a tiny press in our basement. I'm 6'1", and the roof is 6 foot, and I would have to put my head between the rafters, and I would sit there and print. It was awesome, and it would look awesome right here. But it was just DIY. Like, I even made our washout tank from garbage I pulled from our neighbor's dumpster. You know, like, and that was our entire life. And so we start pulling this whole thing together, and we needed a name. And you all work in branding, which is really intimidating to stand up here and talk to you about this. But, like, picture a customer being like, listen, I need a name, and I want it to sound old and blue-collar, something that has, like, grassroots to it and a sense of community, but also it has to have a nod to Pennsylvania, and you should probably use a Keystone. But also somehow a commitment to humanity and an overall sense of equality. Go. My wife Shannon and I are the owners of Commonwealth Press. We are a local Pittsburgh mom and pop, essentially, but also an internationally recognized AFL-CIO trade union print and design company. We're the only one in the state of Pennsylvania. And we have grown from those two people, me and her, to like third at our height, with multiple retail stores and a huge 22,000 square foot warehouse within the city limits, which was by choice. Everyone we work with has health care benefits, paid time off, matching retirement, and we're working a non-traditional 4-day work week, which I would love to talk to you about. But I don't have time right now because I only have 10 more minutes. So we're very proud of the company we own, and I'm dead center Gen X. And something that I always thought that, like, every Gen X that owns anything, I grew up in skateboarding and punk rock. And we all did. Like, and we all thought we're being real original with it like this. We're all like, yeah, that's what I did. But we all did that. And then I started to think, well, what makes us us? And I realized, like, Western Pennsylvania. That's what makes us. So that's what we brought to it. We brought in skateboarding, punk rock, and Pittsburgh, essentially. And we worked our asses off. And we grew out of that in a basement in Carson Street. We were in a basement in our house, and then we got a shop on Carson Street, which at the time was the creative center of Pittsburgh. So you had 125 bars in a 20-block radius, and there were thousands of people walking by. So at any time, there were people just walking by, and I started designing this was 20 years ago, you know? So we started making just designs that pulled in what we like, punk rock, Pittsburgh, and whatever else we could figure. Usually whatever sport was in season, because Pittsburgh's one of those weird places where you can be punk and still love football. So also, if you need a good business model, selling t-shirts to drunk people is a pretty good one. And we would host events, and we built a venue for bands to play. We hosted lectures, and we hosted art shows. And it was fortunate that our shop was in the dead center of our neighborhood, so we got to know everybody. And when you're good at what you do, and you care about your work, you get to do it more. And again, that was us for like 10 years straight, hard work and fun. And there's never a marketing plan, just try to guide our decisions toward the most common good. And one day a friend asked me how we advertise, which to this day we haven't really done. But I said this, I pulled it out of my butt, but I was like, did you ever cook with a crock pot? And if you haven't, you should get one. It's great. It's like a gift from past you to future you. It's like you start off with this thing and you just throw awesome whatever you think is going to be good into it. And it's to the point where you get real excited about it, but people walking by would be like, the hell are you doing? You know? But you keep doing it. And then about 2 hours later, it starts to smell good. And those same people are like, the hell are you doing? You know? And then at the end, people have gathered around and they want some and they want to participate. And they're like, what the hell are you doing, man? You know? And that's the whole thing. It's like, because you're doing something. And it's doing something is magnetic. And so that's kind of my marketing plan. Like, I'm going to do something and I'm going to have a hell of a lot of fun doing it. And you're invited too. And I love that because I've heard that people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. And I've also come to find that people celebrate what you do with that support. I hope this works.
Good morning, I'm Steve Inskeep. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And if life gives you broken glass, make money. A vandal threw a brick through the window of a Pittsburgh printing shop. The owner, undismayed, offered the brick for auction to raise money to fix the window. Sympathetic friends threw in prizes to go with the brick, like tickets to a hockey game. The winning bid was $1,150, enough to fix the window and make a donation to charity. It's Morning Edition.
So apparently, we started to get bigger. Like, 1 minute you're bitching online because some drunk threw a brick through your window. And the next minute, the Penguins are offering you tickets to put into this raffle. And then you end up with enough money to pay for the window and donate $1,000 to a charity that's on your block. Like, we were gaining speed, and I didn't really see this happening. And then one day I get this call. The Steelers wanted to work with us. They called us, and they asked for me by name, which is freaking awesome. They wanted us to come up with a poster series for their home games. I sold them on the idea of doing, working with local artists, a limited run, sell them and donate the proceeds to the Artist Image Resource, which is a nonprofit that it's kind of like a print museum that teaches printing to you. Anybody can go there. So this is our 4th season, and so far we have raised $50,000 for that place. You know, so and working with these local artists, and hey Shelby, look, so this one won an award in Communications Arts Magazine. Mark Bender drew this, or painted this. It's gorgeous. A friend once asked me how I approach branding, and I realized by the time I realized what branding was, I didn't own it anymore. Because if you do branding right, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to you. Like, it's how you feel about me, which is weird, right? I've just tried to be a good steward of whatever opportunity that I've been given. And it's a crazy circle because I've found that like if you do good, you do well. And that's a circle that just keeps happening. Our bread and butter was always custom printing, but with this growing level of support, I started making retail stuff because our retail items, we sold thousands of those things. Like my mom made them, you know? So you take whatever idea you have and you put it together. That's just cornhole. And you make it into a real thing, and then you like whiskey, make them shaped like a keystone. So it was a lot of fun. And then my favorite ever was this coin. And we designed this coin from Corten steel, that was invented here in Pittsburgh. Corten steel is the hardest possible steel. Matt shot this video, watch this. And it gets harder as it rusts. And the steel building is made from Corten steel. And so my idea was to make this coin that when you give it to somebody, they get a literal piece of Pittsburgh to carry with them wherever they go. And then that image right there on the front, we were asked by the mayor's office to create an icon for the city of Pittsburgh. This was inspired from the merchant flag of Pittsburgh. We found it in the city archives. It's been an ongoing project. I can't wait until it's completely done and released. But to summarize this quickly, what I hope that I share with you is a story of a company that was branded by the city of Pittsburgh and in turn was asked by the city of Pittsburgh to brand the city of Pittsburgh. And for that, I'm truly grateful. Now, I leave you with this project. I've been working on it for over 10 years. The idea was to create from just an idea of nothing and then see how many different phases it could go through. I had to teach myself how to play banjo for this. I wrote a song. I recorded it with friends at my friend's recording studio. You'll hear my dad on it. My wife and kids are singing on it. But then I was like, what if we make a video? What if that video has little cardboard puppets that we can animate and then maybe take pictures of it and make a kid's book, or who knows? I'm not sure where this is all gonna go, but every step of it becomes its own thing. So this is the Ballad of Joe Magarac. He's kind of like a Pittsburgh folk hero, like John Henry or Paul Bunyan.
This here is the story of Joe Magarac. He was a legendary steelworker who saved all of Pittsburgh and probably the whole country. Then the dreaded day arose. They ran out of steel. Jobs was leaving, man, couldn't even eat. Big Joe knew the deal. They say he stood on the side of that Bessemer. Old Joe smiled, he jumped in. When he melted down, he saved the town with the steel that came from him.
Thank you. My name is Dan Rugh. My company is Commonwealth Press. Welcome to Pittsburgh. This has been an honor. Thank you. I did it wrong. Nobody's surprised. I'm so sorry.